So you are saying that if somebody has one term, they have the opportunity to now come and give account for the second term. The MPP has enjoyed 8 years. So we are using what you accounted for the 4 years that you got the mandate for the 8 years as a yardstick to measure you. And what she said about President Mahama saying she's the luckiest vice president because his boss was never nepotistic. His boss never appointed over 100 members of his family. His boss never said in the heat of crisis that he cannot solve the mess. The next person who will come after him should be the one we should be looking up to come and solve the mess. President Mahama, as a vice president, this nation enjoyed a single-digit inflation for months. That is the record we are comparing with the vice presidency of Dr. Bawumia. So if you say that Dr. Bawumia has not been president before, glory be to God, he is vice president. President Mahama has been vice president before. So we have that leverage to measure President Mahama's vice presidency vis-a-vis Dr. Bawumia's vice presidency. President Mahama is the head of the economic management.
So you're measuring the vice presidency.
We can do that.
We can do that.
Okay.
We can do that. Measuring him as a vice president,
we can do that.
We didn't have this debt to GDP ratio we are seeing now.
We can do that.
The monies that we borrowed as a nation
At least Dr. Bawumia
was 102 billion. Now Dr. Bawumia as the head of the economic management team, how much money have you borrowed? Dr. Bawumia as the head of the economic management team.
Against the results that you
What is
say.
the inflation rate?
Don't
What
put
is
it in
the
isolation.
cedi depreciation?
That's against the results you
That's
see.
which results are we seeing? President Mahama, I don't
central
even want to even talk. The
At
central
least
region
the
should
landing sites and the
please don't
fishing harbour.
interject.
Okay.
Please. President Mahama as a vice president, Dr. Bawumia as a vice president. What is the inflation rate? The city in itself flaws every argument the MPP wants to put up. One, you people rightfully say he's not an economist. So if somebody who is not an economist is able to manage the city, and the economic so-called messiah that you people branded to us is not able to even maintain what the one who was not an economist did, what is that? So the NPP, if it's a party that has any level of shame, will not.
Hey.
I repeat, and if they have
shame.
any level of shame, they will not rub in our faces the dollar to CD rate as we are seeing now, to that of President Mahama when he was a vice president. Glory be to God, the two of them have been vice presidents, and this is the record they left.
Can I ask
and
you this question?
when
you come into office, or when you're able to come into or win power, are you able to bring the dollar down? Or will you be able to bring the dollar down?
And you see, stabilizing the city.
I just lost your voice.
If they were able to stabilize the city from that point of 3 cedi 80 pesos, we wouldn't be here. Economic factors happen day in, day out.
Oh, wow.
So every time there will be a jamboree. But what makes a leader is to stabilize. Are we getting the conversation? What makes a leader is to stabilize. That is why if you read the NDC's manifesto, we have a lot of policies that is geared towards making an import substitution, an export-driven economy, a 24-hour economy where we'll be overly productive and work around the clock, so that we stabilize the city, reduce the amount of dollars that we export to go and buy things, stabilize the city, and make sure that the city as it is running now is not running. If we do all of that...
Remember Nanado gave us that promise?
Hold on. Nanado's promise that he gave, they were not vis-a-vis any policy. I should be considered wrong. Did he give you any plan or roadmap as to how he was going to do that? No. We as a party, NDC, President Mahama, based on his experience in the presidency, have given a roadmap. And that roadmap is saying that there should be an agricultural scheme, the red oil, the red gold policy. The red gold policy is saying that as a nation, we spend 250,000 tons of red oil, but we only generate 50,000 tons. And then we buy over $200 million. When you look at our neighboring countries, Cote d'Ivoire, they use 300,000 tons, but they produce 600,000 tons. And they export and they get money into their system. That is why their dollar to their currency rate is stabilized. So if we are even using just the red gold that we call in our policy, if we are saving ourselves from having to import $200 million worth of just red oil, and now we are producing over 250,000 tons more than what we need. If we are producing a jumbo, which is a 500,000, we are going to be having a free flow of the dollar into our system every time. And then you tell me, with this plan that we have, where will the city break loose and go? Where?
Plan.
The plan for an import substitution. Where will the city break loose and go?
But that's if the plan, is able to carry through, or we're able to carry the plan through.
Yes.
Yeah, you can have the plan, but if you're not able to carry it through,
and we
then that
have
would
the
be
plan. And every time I say that, if somebody has a plan, a manifesto is a set of promises. But what makes a good manifesto different from any other manifesto is when that manifesto has a road plan and tells you exactly the areas from which they are going to tackle issues from. And this is one of the areas, red gold.